Yeah, hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. Thank you so much. Hope you are doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And for everyone who might not know, now you are an entrepreneur, of course, and you run
Thank you.
Video Jar. Video Jar is an OTT platform, which which is basically a great tool for indie filmmakers, which I feel because we came on Video Jar. Our film Chashma is there on Video Jar, and it is a free
Right,
platform for the consumer. And
right.
also, what I would like to say is that you have really been, accommodative for new filmmakers, even in terms of accessibility too. So there's a lot of questions because I want to ask you about running an OTT, which itself seems like a very fascinating thing, right? Because it seems to be all the rage, but I'm sure it is one hell of a task. So
Yeah.
yeah, to start. But more importantly, before we reach there, I would like to know about you. Like, how did you reach? Like, how did you? If I find that Video Jar as the the current thing that is occupying most of your time as your venture right now, what led you to this? How did you come up with this? Or how was your life before this? Can you please brief us about that?
So basically, my journey has always been a startup guy,
Okay.
and I personally always used to think what should be the next where people can find and where people can, like the ideas. So my the entire journey was startup journey. It's a long journey.
Mhm.
But the entertainment journey, I started with a company called Dingana.com.
Okay.
So it was a music streaming app, and that app we have started in 2010.
Okay.
Uh, and it got acquired in 2013 by one of the US company called RDO.
Mhm.
Uh, that time, data was very heavily cost, and streaming technology, we created our own platform, and we used to cater across all India music, along with the international content as well. I was heading the content and license. And those days, we used to do 100 million streams in a month, 10 million active users. That was a huge number.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's how my journey started with the entertainment. And
Mhm.
then when it got acquired in 2013 by Adio, one of the US company, that company we ran almost year, and then again that company got acquired in 2014 by one of the US listed company called Pandora. Now people must be knowing Pandora.
Yeah.
Was that Pandora didn't wanted to come to India because they feel that they are good in US and they were having a good US base, so they
Mhm.
didn't turn up. And then I started my other activities like how we can. So those days we started a OTT platform because that was the emerging market which we feel, and we created a platform that was it was a multiplex OTT. That the
Okay.
name was multiplex OTT,
Okay.
but it people were not aware about the how user is going to accept that, how we can sell movie online
Mhm.
because it was a new market. People used to sell tickets 300 rupees. So we thought that this idea might not fly immediately because nobody was ready to give content online, and
Mhm.
they were happy to do theatrical distribution and
Which
the
year was
satellite.
this, sir?
This was in 2014.
Okay. So it was more like a TVOD kind of a thing, was it? Or
TVOD. So
okay.
it was a transactional model,
Mhm.
which we thought it is going to fly, and we
Mhm.
wanted to give movie at 10 rupees or 20 rupees odd because at
Mhm.
that time we are having
Mhm.
base with all the ISPs where
Mhm.
Airtel was there, Idea
Correct.
was
Correct.
there. So it was a bundling, more of a bundling kind of thing, which we planned that we can do that.
But this was like
But
before Geo and before UPI, right? So
yeah,
it
yeah,
is
yeah.
not just like a.
Before everyone, yeah, before
Mhm.
everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but unfortunately, nobody gave us the content, and they said, no, no, we don't want it to exploit our content online because we don't know how
Mm.
people or consumer are going to react. And then I started my own journey on other platforms. I did market research, stock market research. Meanwhile, I was heading one of the startup company, which was a New York-based company, and it
Okay.
was mainstream into the market basically. Post that, COVID came, and then in COVID, a lot of artists started approaching us.
Okay.
that they wanted to distribute their music, they wanted to distribute their content like
Mm-hmm.
full-length movies, short films, documentaries. And we thought that, okay, let's start a distribution company. At that
Okay.
time, all the major OTT was established, and the distribution channel was not properly set. So
Mm.
we thought, let's become the aggregator, and we tied up with all the major OTTs, and we started distributing content to all the major OTTs. Then we realized that when we used to submit 10 movies to these players, they used to cherry pick only one or two movies,
Mm-hmm.
which was like, well-known artists you can consider, or they have done theatrical really good business.
Mm.
And the rest, 80 to 90% of the content, they never used to take, still they don't take.
Yeah, correct.
And then we thought that it's a great opportunity to start a business for the independent filmmakers who
Mm.
are upcoming, who has done decent films. They have done their nice creativity, but unfortunately, nobody's accepting their
Yeah.
content on the major stores. So let's start our own platform, because
Mm.
I was from the streaming background. So we started the journey, and it took at least 1.5 years to build the platform, the
Okay.
technology wise, since it was a self-funded company. So we started building from the scratch. And now the journey so far, it's more than 1 year and 3 months almost.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so far we have more than 600 films, documentaries, web series,
Short
movies,
films.
short films, and people are really happy. And they thought it's a good independent
Mm-hmm.
filmmakers platform, and it's a completely undiscovered platform
Correct.
where people are consuming content, and it's a free platform, because
True.
ultimately it's a free platform where people want that OTT tag and nice UI UX.
Correct.
And we are available on Android, iOS, Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick, Geo set-top box, Roku, US Samsung TV. Very soon, you will find us on Geo TV, which is coming up, which is Geo Android TV.
Mm-hmm.
And we also coming up on more than 50 televisions, like basically
Got
Cloud
it.
TV, where Sensui and all that stuff. So we have tied up with all those players. Also, internationally, we are doing great tie-ups with you can say MENA region like Dubai,
Uh-huh.
Oman, Qatar, South Africa. So
Correct.
all those region, there are a lot of Indians, and we
Mm.
are doing tie-ups with their major set-top box companies.
Got it. Got it. So a few questions about this now, because what you said is very interesting to me, because I know because you covered a lot of things. First thing, I would also like to go to the TVOD thing that you had started before, because I remember during 2013 2014, there's a lot in the startup ecosystem. There's a lot of buzz about it, right? About, or whatever
Right.
we used to call pay-per-view films or rental films or those things. And I had seen a bunch of people who had started back then. I was into web development back then, so not a
Hmm.
startup per se, but as a firm. And a lot of people, that is one thing that a lot of back then also the startup bug had began to bite people in India, and especially in Bangalore. That was like all everyone used to talk about was startups, right? So we used to
Right.
always get the thing, and this was always a model that really used to fascinate me. As to that, even now it does actually, the TVOD things. I sometimes feel that is probably the fairest way a film can be consumed, but yet I do understand no one is going to pay, right? It is like it should have been the natural way that things progressed, right? But still it hasn't somehow. And then you have transferred your whole business and your product right now, if I can say that, right? If you take the journey from the TOD platform to now where Video Jar is, where right now it is absolutely free, right? You do not even have an option to pay, correct? So how did
So
this how did this switch happen within you, and how did you, because it's an incredible leap to take, right?
yeah, so basically, let me take you to some statistic. Basically, ad industry itself is a more than you can say uh, $1 billion industry, like more
Correct.
than you can infinite the billions.
Mm-hmm.
That's the huge market, and everybody wanted to showcase their product on such a platform where people are maximum consuming the content, where they can capture the major eyeballs.
Correct.
So where you get the maximum eyeball and the stickiness of the content, where people wanted to put their ad. So ad is never going to die. Ad business is never going to die. Coming back to your TVOD model, so TVOD basically, if the price point is really lucrative, and if you can say, okay, the price for one particular content to consume one time, and that is lucrative as far as my knowledge is concerned. If you can say, okay, 30 to 50 rupees for one movie, one time watch,
Correct.
people still willing to pay that kind of amount. And if that number goes into millions, so you can consider
Hmm.
what kind of a number you will get.
Correct.
And that kind of a technology we have already built. So
Hmm.
we have TWOD model, we have SWOD model. So technologically, we have built all the platforms. Only thing is that the keyword model, why people want to go for a perceived value with a brand, and we are a very small brand, and
Hmm.
we would like to tell through your podcast, if the content is going to consume on any platform, and ultimately the goal is the revenue,
Hmm.
then if they can consider to distribute their content on multiple platforms, they can earn fastest, and the break
Correct.
even of the content and the profit what they are expecting, that will be in few months.
Correct.
So filmmakers, through your podcast, I would love to appeal that they should actually distribute their content on multiple platforms. And
Correct.
if the multiple platform can support them, the revenue, because they're our audience, we are
Hmm.
sitting on such a huge audience base in India and abroad as well. So people want to consume good content definitely. Only thing is that what price you wanted to
Hmm.
quote, and what price point they wanted to pay. So
Yeah.
that lucrative price point, if you can keep, definitely nowadays people are willing to pay by UPI. So
Correct.
we have developed a technology where if you want to watch a film, you can just click on the film. It will automatically, you can go on a Google Pay where you can pay 30 rupees or 50 rupees, whatever the price point producer or the director wanted to keep it, and they can watch the film seamlessly. So I
Okay.
think TVOD model definitely is going to help
Hmm.
with the new content,
Correct.
and especially with the award winning content,
Hmm.
where people want to consume award winning films with the price point, whatever we can keep. People want to see the award winning films.
Correct. And also well promoted films, right? Even if your film has not won any awards, this is what I feel from a filmmaker's point of view, and even what the discussion that I have had with other filmmakers is that when you are on a platform like Video Jar, basically someone who is, because it is free for the audience to watch, it automatically gives you a leeway in your promotional or marketing strategy where it basically clears a hurdle because I
Yeah,
have because before releasing I was in touch with a bunch of TVOD platforms as well, but always the problem would come because it would at least arise as a discussion is what I say, even if if the price is lucrative, people might have seen, I don't know, I'm just saying, even if it's 25 30 rupees, the question comes, oh okay, I pay, and how many times do I watch? But I pay 99 rupees to Amazon and I watch them, and all this because not everyone is is what you call it educated on this particular topic. They might know other
correct,
things,
correct,
right?
correct,
So the moment Video Jar, why it was a great help for me was I always felt that it was easier for me to promote it because the word
correct,
free has a lot of value in our country, right? I'm sure it has all over the world, but especially for us it is like the USP that you have is that it is free. People
correct,
don't
correct, correct.
people
Definitely.
people don't mind watching advertisements as much as we think, is what I feel, at least as much as I used to think.
No, we grew up watching ads. So if
Correct.
you see, if you switch on television today, you see a lot of ads are there, and people
True, true.
still consume the content.
Yeah,
So we grew up watching the ads. You step out of the home, and you'll
mm,
find on the street also, you'll find everywhere ads, right from the
yeah, yeah.
petrol pump to the aeroplane.
Correct, correct. And also because we are so used to it, we don't mind it at all. Is what I'm saying. So because we have kind of cracked the code of ignoring the ad when we don't watch it, right? But if
Right.
like that's why a lot of us don't buy YouTube Premium either. We don't mind getting ads. But if you buy it and you get used to it, then it is difficult to go back to watching ads,
Correct,
right?
correct.
So a bunch of things. First thing is like my question is, in the long term, when you see a lot of films coming in, or like, I also want to know, like, how did you initially, when you started off Video Jar, okay, how you got content is one thing. What was your strategy to reach out to people, not to the filmmakers? I'm saying to the audience to watch this content, because again, this is again, I was discussing with this with another filmmaker whose film was on video. I think it still is on Video Jar. It's called 1888. Saurabh.
Hmm.
He was also telling me the same thing, that when he saw it, he said that okay, they actually have some good number of people already in, and they are pushing us. So it is always a benefit to go there and push it. So what I want to know is, before you got the content, how did you plan that? I'll get some content, then I will ask people to come in, because it is a catch 22, right?
Right,
No
right.
downloads, no
That's a
content, no
that's
content, no
that that's
download.
that's really a great question.
Mhm.
So ultimately, Video Jar is basically supporting by the independent filmmakers like you and Saurabh and many
Mhm.
other people. And they really like the idea that whatever the marketing spend they have already done for their theatrical release, now they wanted to go on OTT. And for social media, you don't have to spend any amount because you have already created that buzz. Now
Correct.
you just have to push again to the audience who have not watched the film in the theaters.
Mhm.
Now they can watch it, download the Videojar app. It's a
Mhm.
free movie where you can watch your movie free.
Mhm.
So this is how all the filmmakers, along with the cast and crew member, they
Mhm.
have announced now we are on OTT because
Correct.
people are there who are making their films for theatrical release and the OTT. They don't prefer to go on YouTube because it's a
Correct.
ocean. So
Yeah.
you get dilute and you never know what is going to happen and who's
Mhm.
going to download your movie and put it
Correct.
with their names and then you will chase fighting with them. So this hurdle we would like to stop, and then all the filmmakers, whoever currently on our platform, and still a lot of people are coming on our platform. What they do and what we also do, we push it from our end on our social media, on our WhatsApp group, on our social circles, on in our societies, filmmakers, plus the filmmaker who are bringing their content on our platform, they are also pushing videos are on their social platforms. So
True.
people are downloading, they are happy with the UI UX also,
Correct.
the seamless quality what they get, and very minimalistic ad along with the revenue they are getting. So that's how the journey started. And initial days, definitely people were spectacle about how this is going to fly because now this
Mhm.
is only first movie and all that stuff. They literally ask us, but the track record what we have so far
Mhm.
achieved
Mhm.
in the past, since we are a technology background and we are content players, so they really like, okay, you guys are going to definitely going to do the best because you know the technology, you have success stories behind you, and now you are into video streaming platform, and definitely since you know the market, you know how film needs to be made, how filmmakers are making, what problem they are currently facing. So all these address things we are basically helping them to hand holding them and taking their content on the platform. So
Correct.
this is how our journey started.
Great, because another thing is what we spoke about independent films. Even you said that it's a pool or a society of independent filmmakers, which is again a rarity, because a lot of independent filmmakers themselves don't consider themselves independent. That is a problem that we have, and I'm addressing this on this podcast with every guest. That is kind of our
Right.
go-to thing. But anyway, that is not for that. But what I said, okay, how you said that a lot of people approached you and that gave you an idea to build this, but now that also puts a little bit of pressure on you in terms of promotion, right? Because if there is any
Right.
mainstream person, you will get promoted a little more easily. Mainstream films, and also what we spoke about theatrical release and everything. A lot of us have not had a theatrical release, and still we are on Video Jar and we are getting it. There, I feel is that we get a little, it's a little more easier for me to market it, because I have not lost the money that I would have lost on theatrical release, right, to
Correct.
just
Correct.
get it
Correct.
out. So it gives me more time and more currency to push my try to push the audience towards Video Jar. And also what you said about YouTube is very true, because I have been asked this question in some interviews that I did about YouTube, and I say one thing is the ocean. What you said is true. It is a jungle of thumbnails on YouTube. But second thing is, we need a validation from an OTT. How else will we build relationships, right? the OTT needs relationships with the filmmakers, and also the filmmakers require. We have to start somewhere. That is how it works out. So that is one thing that I, because it is not always about monetizing immediately, right? I put it out and I put
Right,
a QR code on YouTube, and people are. It's not gonna take you anywhere. It is just gonna
right,
probably make you feel good for one day. That is one thing.
right.
So this were again. So how do you, because see, when we come to independent filmmakers, the problem is that there are plenty, right, in all languages. So did you come up with any plan as to, I'll start with this language and maybe I'll slowly branch out into these languages? Or how did the QC and how did those things form up, especially with the languages that you started with? And then how you approach, like I know you might not be able to tell me exactly how you accept and reject it, but I'm
No,
just saying.
definitely. I'm going to address.
Sure,
So
sure.
since I roam around in the world with the content business,
Hmm.
and I have seen the people from India. They are every part of the world, and they wanted to consume Indian content.
Hmm.
You'll be surprised. I visited to many countries in the interior part as well, and there are Indians I found, and I asked them how you consume entertainment in that country.
Okay.
And you'll be shocked. They said, we don't have anything apart from YouTube.
Okay.
Why you are consuming YouTube? Because it's a free.
We.
So we got an idea. Okay, if I wanted to serve that
Mm,
person who's sitting in the remote country where he don't have any connections, like entertainment connections with our country, like their origin country, like India, and they wanted to consume entertainment, so then OTT is the key where they can consume. Since now the person who's abroad and he don't earn much, let's assume that, and he don't wanted to spend dollars for the entertainment. So what is the best option we can do? Because out of India, you get a lot of good, ad rates.
mm,
So the ad rates you get, the revenue you get on ads is 5x than India. So
mhm,
if we can serve that people, those people who are sitting outside India, and if we are going to serve them our Indian content, they're happy to consume our content on Videojar. And
mm.
we have seen the growth since last 1 year, 10% international growth every month we are getting
Oh,
apart from
10% a
India.
month.
So yeah, 10%, yeah, per month we are getting international new users.
Okay.
So we are happy because it's a distribution game and
Mm,
it's a free game and we are available on all the major devices. So
mm,
people are happy. Then the content is curated content because you
mm,
videos are content, you can watch it with your family. So
mhm,
each and every piece of a content which is coming on videos are, it is a curated content. So I watch it videos are on my Apple TV with my
mhm.
daughter.
Okay.
So she also talks me about, Papa, this movie is really good.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
like this camera. I like this
mhm.
song and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So Videojar is basically for the family entertainment. So anybody from kid to the old age, they can definitely consume, and it's
Mm,
a purely curated content.
mm,
And it's basically for the filmmakers who really make good creative work and they wanted to push it to the audiences. That's the home for those people. They can directly reach out to Videojar
mm.
and they can host their content on Videojar.
Correct. And one more thing was, you also have short films on Video Jar, right? So like,
Correct.
because that a lot of OTTs won't have. So how was that? How did that become a part of your decision?
Okay, so basically, short film currently, apart from YouTube, nobody taking short films, and people create their short film, their first film, their first project. They wanted to showcase, and they definitely don't want to showcase on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Some people really make really good creative masterpiece, but they don't want to put it on YouTube. Definitely, they are looking for some OTT platform.
Mm,
So OTT, in terms of people who really come here only to consume the entertainment,
mm,
YouTube is a complete different discoverable platform where
correct.
people can, right from cookeries to you can
Mm-hmm.
learn how to make the
Mm.
bombs and everything. So
True.
this kind of, yeah. So here is basically to consume the entertainment. Here to survive their entertainment price, what they are basically looking for. So they can definitely come on Videojar.
Mm,
Secondly, short filmmakers don't have any home to put their content on any OTT.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought that these are the creators who are going to, in few years, they are going to make really good
Mm.
projects. So let's give them a home to at least showcase their first creative masterpiece.
Mm.
Definitely, after they become big, they will definitely going to mention our name in their interviews,
Mm-hmm.
or they might come with their own
True, true.
content because you have initially support us, and we would
100%.
definitely love to come on Video Jar.
Correct.
So that was the idea.
But do you get a good viewership on short films also?
Definitely, we really get really nice viewership on short films because people, short filmmakers, they really make good creative masterpieces nowadays,
Correct, correct.
and they few of them got really good big projects also from our
Mm-hmm.
platform.
Oh, that's
So
good.
they showcase, yeah, they
Mm.
showcase their short film on a platform, and now
Mm.
they are, one person is making web series,
Mm.
and two people are making feature films.
Great. Because one more
That's the
thing.
success story.
No, of course. No, the two things are before I forget. One thing is, okay, let me ask this. Why the name Video Jar? Is there any specific reason?
No, so basically we started this journey in 2023-24,
Okay.
and we wanted a shortage domain,
Mm.
and we wanted to connect what business we are doing. So
Mm.
we took video VDO,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
only three
video.
characters,
Mm.
and jar is basically a jar where you can
Correct.
hold all the videos
Mm.
in a
Yeah.
jar. So that's
Consolidation.
why the shortest
Mm.
domain in 2024,
Mm.
if you can consider, this is the shortest domain,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a six characters.
Correct.
So that's how.
And
We
also,
initially we thought a lot of
mm.
Gen Z names also, but we didn't like those, and we arrived to this particular video jar.
also very easy to remember. Also,
Very easy to remember, very catchy,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I need not have to tell you what business I am into, so you
Mm,
can
true,
easily
true.
connect.
And also, you need not spell it. Also, that is
Yeah,
also
yeah,
very easy.
yeah, yeah.
Correct. And one more thing is now when we talk about OTT, even you mentioned it briefly, a number of other people who are running TVOD and all of them discuss a lot about piracy, right? So like avoiding a lot of them, even like we have been to a bunch of pitches where their whole pitch, more than the OTT and the UI UX, is about how they can avoid piracy. So what are your thoughts about it? Because I have a very specific thought about it, but I would like to hear yours. Like, how
Okay.
important do you think that is, and like, oh, how where does that lie in your, priority list about when you started
So
and even now?
sure. So basically, we don't encourage piracy,
Of course,
definitely,
of
and
course.
we don't want, because it's ultimately loss of filmmakers who are creating their work, and the producers heavily investing into their content. Uh, Piracy, it is very difficult to stop in the world. So
Yeah,
you name anything, and people are there who are ready to flip, and
correct.
they wanted to watch it everything on a free. So if you can give them free, then
Hmm.
there won't be any piracy,
At least it will
especially.
reduce a lot. Hmm.
At least it will reduce.
Hmm.
And definitely, because we cannot reach out to each and every country and each and every filmmakers, but whoever we are reaching out, people come to us and they said, how you are going to stop the piracy. We said
We can.
we definitely taken care all the stuff, like you cannot screen record, you
Hmm.
cannot take a screenshot and all our app. We have taken care of the security part. But certainly, if someone is going to put a
Capture.
camera in front of the mobile or and he's capturing, then no one can stop that.
Yeah,
So that is very difficult. But piracy, in terms, it is very difficult to stop in the country, in the whole world also.
correct.
It is very difficult to stop the piracy because
True.
it's completely different world altogether. It's a
Correct.
parallel world, you can say.
Yeah, because I'll tell you, because what I feel about this is, because I've spoken to a bunch of people who are starting off, who wanted to, I don't know if they started eventually or not. I used to say that, sir, stopping any kind of theft is impossible. We can only try to curb it, we can try to educate, we can do some videos awareness, we can request. Okay, like otherwise, what crime in the world has been stopped? Nothing, right? You cannot do it. You're not going to stop someone hacking. You cannot. It's not going to happen. I understand that it's a huge problem. Okay, for someone like me who has made a small film, indie film, okay, it might not be such a big problem. I do understand for people who have a lot of a lot at stake, it is a big problem. But for an OTT platform to solely be about I'm going to stop piracy, I always feel is not the best option. Of course, this is just my thing, because I think your UI, your UX, and how easy your site is to access, and your payment modules, etc., etc. They are much more important, because I have not like. And what I would say is, a lot of people don't want to do piracy. There is a little bit of consciousness is there nowadays. So I don't think that is the biggest problem. But why I wanted to ask you is because that is, everyone feels that it is something that can be done, and I want to address that it is not
No,
possible.
if somebody really wanted to stop piracy, the government is the
Hmm.
answer. They can
Hmm.
stop overnight.
Hmm.
But ultimately, the ISPs who are providing ISPs, their data is consuming. So for them, it's a business. So
Correct.
they cannot stop all that stuff. So
And
because for them, it's a business.
yeah,
Ultimately, you are consuming their data. You are not consuming the
correct.
content.
True. True. No,
So
and
if
boot.
at all if piracy wanted to stop,
Hmm.
overnight it can be stopped.
It can be, but again, what I say is, bootlegging of all kind of things can be stopped. But the people who want to do it will find a way. Right. So of
Yep,
course
yep,
it
yep,
is
yep.
illegal. If my film is pirated, I will feel bad. I'll complain somewhere. Everything is fine. But when I make a film, my if my first priority is, oh my God, I hope it is not pirated, then it is of no point,
Correct,
is
correct.
what I felt.
Of course, definitely. Nobody would love to have their content get pirated.
Yeah, yeah, correct. And and next thing is also, because when you, is there like from your end, like as you said, you can stop screen recording, etc. Is there anything that do you think can be done from the tech side to do that? No, right? To stop, like if someone is recording, literally there is nothing that can be done from the tech side, right?
No, no, no. Even nowadays, if you go to theater, people record with their phone and they upload it on
Hmm.
Telegram and God knows what platforms they
And
have.
that too, they
So
get such good quality. I don't know how they do it.
yeah, getting leakage of the content in a various process, it's getting leaked.
Correct, correct,
That no one can stop basically.
correct,
So that to check that particular thing, it is very difficult.
correct. Okay. And the next thing is, I want to know is about the marketing of a OTT itself, right? How you market it, and because of course, what your product ultimately is the platform and the content the platform hosts, right? So two things here. One thing is, I genuinely feel that when my film is on Video Jar, and every time I market my film Chashma on Video Jar, it is doing both the jobs from my end, is what I feel. I'm promoting my film, and in turn, it's also promoting Video Jar. Now, I always tell to all other indie filmmakers, so I always say that it is your responsibility to promote it. You cannot leave it to the platform. The platform will be doing it, whatever. It has to be, irrelevant for you. You have to be like, okay, this is the link that I am going to do it. This is the only way it can be done. But a lot of people do think that once it is on the OTT is going to, take care of me. I am done. And this might have come because of how people might look at everything like an Amazon or Netflix. I'm sure even there you have to do a lot of things, but this is a
I'll tell you.
perception.
I'll tell you.
Mhm.
If the big OTTs they're promoting their own produced content. If you
Mm.
see
Mhm.
any of the ad so far,
Mhm.
with your podcast, I would love to tell all the indie filmmakers.
Mhm.
If you take out any ads from this big OTT platforms,
Mhm.
they have invested into their own content, which is exclusive content or the original content. They market only those content because they have heavily invested into that content and they
Mhm.
wanted to recover that amount with marketing that particular content.
Mhm.
Now, here what happens if you put it your content on any platform, if the platform is going to take care of your marketing, so platform definitely do the like we do take care of the marketing part as far as indie filmmaker is concerned.
Mhm.
But being as a filmmaker, it is your first baby. So how
True.
you are going to grow that baby, it is your first moral responsibility. So what you all the filmmakers should do is indie filmmakers especially they should every 15 days they should put up something on the other with a different poster, with some clippings of the film, with
Mhm.
some teaser, with some trailer, with some extra things, some catchy lines, some catchy dialogues from the film. Every 15 days, they should hammer. on their social media to, hey guys, have you watched this
Hmm.
particular film? Have you watched this dialogue? Have you gone through my film? Have you,
Hmm.
is your family member have seen my film? So you should push your audience to watch the content because you have ultimately made the content to watch the film.
Hmm.
So when people are going to watch the film, definitely it will get the revenue. Ultimately, the revenue you will get it definitely. But people will start talking about your film.
Hmm.
If you are going to push every 15 days or every week, so one post is not enough.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
You have to make hammer. Like if you see any big brands, they people know their name. If you want water, you will go to any store
Yes.
and you'll ask for the Bisleri,
Correct.
and he will give you any other brand also. But you will ask
Yeah.
for the Bisleri, and
True. True.
Bisleri still do the marketing.
Yeah.
So you have to hammer your own content on your social media along with your cast and crew. That guys, you have to appeal your audience and you have to grow your audience on the platform will do 3 times, 4 times, 5 times.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
you have to keep doing that more than 50 times.
Correct.
Because for the theater, you guys do a lot of promotion activity where you do a lot of PR, you do hoardings, you do a
Correct.
lot many other things. But you just have to spend 10% of that particular cost of the marketing on digitally, and
Correct.
people will watch your content. This is
True.
what our experience is.
Definitely.
So it is very cost effective model. What I would say.
True, true. Because even if you are, I mean, I'm just frankly saying, even if you are running non-stop meta ads, it is not going to cost you not even 5% of what you would have
Exactly,
gone,
exactly.
right? And also, I think in most of these big OTTs, they do have internal optimization also where they will end up paying more, I assume, because that's what I've been told by some people that if you put it on Amazon or something, even there you have to market it inside to get your thumbnail up and everything. I mean, it is
So
ultimately.
yeah, so ultimately, what the people whose movies on these big OTTs, they market themselves
Hmm.
on their own social media.
Correct, correct.
So similar way, we would love and it is not necessary that they will put it on your content on the homepage, but we
Mm-hmm.
do put it your content or
Hmm.
any new film, new content which is coming on Video Jar. We are
Yeah,
putting on their giving them prominent space. We'll try to see that our maximum audience is going to watch that particular content. They will watch the trailer, they will watch the content, something like that. So
correct.
we try to help to keep it on such a way that people will click the film or whatever the
Got it.
content they have submitted to us.
Got it. Yes, sir. And now one more thing is now I want to ask you in the sense like we spoke about everything and all this thing is pretty clear. Now from indie filmmaker or an aspiring indie filmmaker who is even lower on the food chain, I want to know like see I really appreciate and I really do think that platforms like Videojar are essential because many times it becomes the only place where you can go because very honestly I've had discussions with a lot of OTTs and even met them and everything. There is a sense of the sense of community that is need, it is the need of the hour and which has to be built in order for indie films to even survive or even exist for that matter, right? And I feel that Video Jar is very important and it is doing that job, and regardless of language I assume because I don't see any language filters in your thing, right? Because you are open for almost all languages, I assume.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, so what I say is from you as the platform, what do you like? We spoke about marketing and the reels and everything. Do have you ever thought like what is the things that the filmmakers can do to help the platform in the sense like to get more people? Like what can the thought process be?
So thought process from the filmmaker point of view, whoever he's meeting or talking about his own content or he's talking in their own community, like filmmaker has a really big community.
Mm,
They should talk about the platform
mm,
that this is the platform. Videojar is the platform where independent filmmakers can, host their content and they can get maximum traction. So he tried to address for the platform and to talk about the platform so people will have first Videojar in their mobile app.
Mm.
And then Video Jar will take care of the new content. Whenever the new content is coming, we will send them a push notification. Okay, this is the new content. You might like this, you might like that. So then Video Jar work is going to start. So
Correct.
once the filmmaker can push a bit about the platform, then platform work will definitely going to start. And platform is going to help them to, grow their more community and more audience.
Correct.
So this is what basically from the independent filmmaker they should do.
Correct. And because what I feel is now, I think next month it will be 1 year since we started streaming on Video Jar. And for an independent film made with absolutely no known people, for me to reach the 2 million minutes mark within the 10 months was almost like unheard of, because I've been very honest in all the podcasts that I've said that our marketing has been solely meta driven, because that is all that was in our control. Yeah, I did a few interviews here and there, but they work very locally, right? They're Kannada interviews done on indie channels only. So that probably would have driven less than 1,000 people to the site, maybe. But Meta has been a thing, and I always feel that it has given us really good, results, and it also validates you as a filmmaker. When anyway, and it is when you say that you're see, of course, some big films might get what the minutes that we have gotten in a week. But for us to get to 2 million minutes in this time, regardless of the time, really validates that okay, your film has been watched, right? It has been watched
Right.
and it has been seen. The amount of what revenue you generate always depends on how you push it, and that is how it happens anyway. Even if you are, releasing it in the theaters, it is the same thing. So I really urge a lot of people to do this, because I have had this discussion with a lot of indie filmmakers where I say you are not you have to go to places that are going to accept you, and you have to value those collaborations the most, rather than
Correct.
aiming for something which is where you're not welcome. Like, I don't know how else to frame it. And it is fair,
Mhm.
whatever, right? Everyone has their own deals, and that's where I really feel that they need to do it, and you need to get a lot more traction in that sense also. And one more thing I would like to, like, when you said that we need a lot of people speaking about it, etc. Have you ever thought, because I am in the process of trying to build an indie community through the podcast and through our page, and I always feel there are a lot of indie filmmakers on Video Jar. Do you think that is a good possibility and could also be a good marketing effort to try to build a community and maybe do some, podcasts of with other filmmakers on Video Jar, talk about their experience, how they got there, etc. Do you think that is something that would benefit you as well?
Definitely, definitely, because this is a community-oriented business. So
Mm-hmm.
if you can spread the word in the community, that community is going to speak in the society. So once the society accept, then you will automatically become big. So
Mm-hmm.
first you have to spread a word into the filmmaker community where this is what I'm doing and this is the platform where I'm hosting my content and they are welcoming to almost each and everyone who are making good content. So that word has to spread out. Again, once the community accept, the community will definitely going to speak out to other 10 people. So they
Mm-hmm.
will talk about, okay, have you watched Chashma? Go and watch Chashma. Download Videos Jar app. It's free. You don't have to do any piracy. You just go download and you just
Mm-hmm.
start watching. It's that simple. So
Correct.
it just take a few seconds to watch your content. Even I don't have the app. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to buy the subscription. You don't have to do any other even for that matter, even for the registration also.
Mm-hmm.
So you just download the app and you start consuming the content. So something that kind of a ease we have created for
Correct.
any person who really wanted to put their content and want to make their content to watch by their community. Definitely, Videojar is the platform. So that's the
Correct.
kind of ease we have created.
Correct. And to showcase it more, I really think we should do like a summit of the films that are on Video Jar online through Zoom. I'm saying,
Right, right. Yes, 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 absolutely. Good idea. I
yeah,
really appreciate. And I
yeah.
like your idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are doing this community building program through your podcast, and you have invited as a platform on your podcast. I really like the idea because you have created your own film, which is released on Videojar, and it has crossed 2 million watchers. So it is a big number because we also initially started a year back. You also gave us that confidence, okay, I would love to come along with you guys.
Mhm.
That's the success where you are with us from
Mhm.
last 1 year
Mhm.
and you have seen the result. So
Correct.
this result are going to definitely increase near future.
True, definitely. And thank you, because that is something that I truly believe in. Because you're the only platform, at least that I know of, which is welcoming to short films. Because there are so many short filmmakers who have even been on my podcast, or who are like constantly in touch with me. Right? They want some kind of validation, and they're such good short filmmakers. I always say, because even I have made short films, and which are 5 6 years old, and compared to that, mine were pathetic probably. These people are fantastic, but they have nowhere to go, right? And they don't know anything. They don't know where it can be done. They just put it on YouTube and they just keep hitting people for shout outs. So that is where I wanted to build a community to tell them, I'm not saying all of your short films will be accepted, but this is something that you can definitely try, right? Try
Definitely,
and
definitely.
reach to.
We are welcoming definitely to the newcomers
Yeah.
who are going to become the India's hero in this particular entertainment community. Definitely, I would love to announce all your community members.
Yeah.
Please do reach out to Video Jar, and we would happy to help their content hosting on our platform.
Sure, sure. And I really genuinely think that maybe by the end of the year or something, I would love to do host a Zoom conference with a number of filmmakers who are on Video Jar, and maybe even you can join
Definitely,
that.
I would love. Yes, yes, definitely. I can also
Mm.
tell my people to join this particular program, and we can
Yeah, yeah.
definitely have
Do
this
it.
kind of a session.
Yeah, session, and try to optimize it as much as possible. And there was another.
Definitely, definitely.
Sure. And another thing that I wanted to ask, this is just thinking out loud, but I was thinking, sir, a film, the whole process, right, of writing a film, making a film, releasing is a long process. Even in the most optimal situation, it will take 6 to 8 months. I generally believe that if, let us say, okay, before I come to this, I want to ask you this, I forgot this. Is there any kind of film that you absolutely reject? That this kind of film, as you said, family oriented, so I would assume the opposite of that would be rejected. But is there?
No, no. So basically, definitely we don't promote tickling content.
Mm,
So that we definitely say big no to them.
mm,
Secondly, what we reject is the film which should technically correct.
mm, mm,
So technically correct means the camera work should be there. There shouldn't be any technical loopholes in the film. All the content is a completely secondary,
got it.
but the technically the film has to be good.
Yeah,
The look and feel, the taking, everything.
got it. It
So
it ha- it,
cinematic approach.
it has
So
to be
that
presentable.
needs to, yeah, it has to be presentable and it has to be acceptable by the people who
Mm,
are consuming the content.
correct, correct.
So they should not feel that these people have crappy content.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, so crappy content means here we are talking about the
Presentation.
technically the presentation.
Correct, because true, the story might be very good, but in the first scene, if it is putting you off,
Yeah.
then you're. And I think even the poster, etc., needs to have some kind
Yes,
of
yes,
quality to it.
yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So now coming back to my previous thing, what I was thinking is, now let us assume I someone makes a film, and it's a indie film, and they want to go on Video Jar only. Let us even before making, I
OTT
have told
release
them
basically.
OTT release,
OTT
and now
release.
yes, because I've already put my film on Video Jar, and I know that it's a good platform. I'm thinking, okay, I am gonna plan it for Video Jar only. Now, if I do that, and from day one, right, because I will have like an announcement poster, I will have a casting call, I will have a lot of things that I will promote. If I promote Video Jar with each and every one of these things, that will definitely be a benefit and will also be mutually beneficial, right?
Definitely, 110%.
Mm,
Currently, we are doing this kind of association with a lot of filmmakers,
mm,
and people started appreciating us and our valuable feedback.
mm,
What
mm.
should be doable and what should not be doable.
Correct, correct.
So that help we are currently doing with the filmmakers. They
True,
are
true.
coming to us.
Mm.
Those who are coming to us, we are helping them. Okay, you can use our brand, and we can, because once the brand is associated, then for their journey becomes very easy.
Correct, correct. And also it helps because it is already validated that the film is going to reach a platform, which is extremely
Correct.
important. right?
Correct.
Because in most festivals, if you see the film festivals, the biggest discussion will be like, did you find a platform? Did you find a platform? So for indie filmmakers, and I genuinely felt what you said is very true, because even I feel that if I am writing a film right now, and I know that where I'm reaching it, I don't want it to go to a theater, and because it's a niche story which has to be felt. Because even with Cheshma, I felt that this is an intimate watch. This is something you need to sit alone and watch and listen and pay attention and watch. So these kind of things I want to put it there, but I always feel, because even now I'm casting for a film, I always feel that with everything I put out, if I put out something else, anything else, it will help them, because anyway I'm going to promote this. Anyway, I'm promoting
Correct.
every casting call, I'm promoting the poster, the music, the BTS, everything. So this is another thing I feel, that every, because once you start building a relationship with a platform, this also should be explored, right? Every film should not be like,
Yes,
okay,
yes, yes.
I have the final copy, then I say, sir, can we talk? I think we
No,
should.
no, no. So if whatever the digital presence they are going to create in the digital environment, uh, if they can carry logo, so it get registered with the user.
Correct.
Okay, this film is coming on Video Jar. Let me download the Video Jar app.
Mm,
And then whenever the film is coming, I will definitely going to watch very
mm,
first day, whenever they are going to
mm,
announce the
mm.
date. Similarly, when they download the app, they might consume their existing content also, like your existing content. If you
Correct,
are
correct.
making a Kannada film or a Telugu film or a Tamil film,
Mm-hmm.
people start consuming those content.
Correct.
So if we can start hammering from
Mm,
the day one, everywhere the logo presence, talk
mm.
about Video Jar, then definitely it is going to help their film to get maximum benefit,
Correct, correct.
because ultimately they don't have to spend more extra efforts or more on promoting platform, rather than certainly you can place the Videojar name and logo
Correct.
and brand.
Correct, and it is definitely very beneficial for the filmmakers. That is no doubt about it.
Correct,
Because especially for indie people who no one knows, it gives even for your casting call, it gives a assurance to the people that okay, this film is going to reach somewhere. No, because
correct,
that is
correct,
the
correct,
reason. Because we have had many more casting calls, and there is a little bit of trust because we have a film that is already released. But for a lot of
correct,
new people, people are very apprehensive about it, right?
correct, correct, correct.
Yeah,
So
I
they should directly reach out to us,
reach out.
and they should talk about us, and we can definitely help them with
Correct.
our logo and brand.
Correct. And one more thing, I was again. This might sound like too many suggestions, but I just had was in this marketing kind of a thing.
No, no, your suggestions are welcome.
Thank you. So yeah, one thing what, because we are actually planning to do a short film contest on our page, and where we are
That's
taking care
nice.
of everything. We are paying the winner everything. I want to give the winner a shot at reaching a OTT. I'm not saying guaranteed
Okay.
at them, to pitch to an OTT, to maybe discuss with you guys that can I put this short film, to get them to get that experience before they end up making the final whatever film they are going to make. So these kind of things also, I think it would probably be mutually beneficial, right? If we can,
Definitely, definitely, definitely we can.
because that will be a great incentive for the short filmmaker. If it gets selected,
Yes,
if it
absolutely.
gets on Video Jar, it's a great thing. He's getting a monetizable option.
Yes, yes. From the day one, they will get monetized.
Yeah, even if they don't get accepted for some reason, it's okay. They'll get a experience of how I pitch to an OTT, how do I discuss and
Correct,
all this, because
correct, correct, correct.
because that is the boogeyman for a lot of people. They don't know, right? They're like, oh, how do I approach? That is the thing. So,
No, there are people who are good into their works, but they don't know how to pitch or how to sell the product.
mm,
For them, they can make the product and they can showcase to the world.
correct,
And there are good people who are good into the presentation, and if they are making the similar presentation in their films, then definitely it's a win-win for them as well.
correct,
So
correct.
we definitely would love to, interact with those people who
Mm,
are willing to make their short films.
mm,
They wanted to come into this space, and this space has got a really huge opportunities, and it's sky's the limit in this
correct,
particular space.
true, correct. And one last thing is now I was talking about the pitching and everything. One thing that a lot of OTTs and a lot of people say is that the OTT space or reaching out to OTTs is filled with agents and middlemen, which, if it is fair, I don't think is such a wrong thing. But a lot of people have had really bad experiences where they have been scammed and all these things, right? So this is the first time I want to ask from a platform perspective, do you actually engage with third parties? And I mean, I'm sure you would, but I'm saying, like, do you actually? How would you? How would it be a best way to reach out to you? In the sense, if someone
Okay.
wants to reach out and there is a middleman, how do you suggest that they deal with it?
So basically, firstly, we don't have the agent kind of a thing, and we don't ask our agent or the aggregator. Agent is a very bad term, but the aggregator to take some sort of a money to help to reach out to us.
Hmm.
So whoever is doing that, they are doing illegally, firstly.
Hmm.
So we don't ask anyone to give X amount to the aggregator to reach out to Video Jar.
Hmm.
Secondly, our my number
Hmm.
is available on Video Jar app
Oh,
in
okay.
contact us.
Hmm. Hmm.
My email ID is also there.
Hmm.
And my email ID also I can spell it out,
Hmm.
suresh@videojar.com.
Hmm.
And people can directly reach out to me.
Hmm.
We have direct agreements with the producers and
Hmm.
we have direct agreements with the aggregators.
Correct.
And the best thing in our platform is you can directly reach out to the founders who are, in this particular game.
Correct.
They can directly reach out to us. Otherwise, to other OTTs, it is very difficult to reach out to
Yeah.
who is the right guy.
Hmm. Hmm.
You don't know who's the right guy, whether he's the right guy or he's going to take us to the right guy.
Hmm. Hmm.
So here in this our case, definitely uh, they can reach out to us. My number is very much displayed. My email ID is very much displayed, and they can submit their film directly to us. And very soon
Hmm.
we are coming up with a do-it-yourself platform
Oh.
where you don't have to even talk to me. You
Hmm.
just come, submit your films. There will be a tab. You will submit your film for the review. Our review team will review and will send them an email. Okay, your
Hmm.
film is approved. Now you can submit all the final legal documents and
Hmm.
agreements and all that stuff,
Correct.
and we can release that particular film. So that
Great.
platform very soon we are going to launch.
Great, great. Because it solves a lot of problems. If there is
Correct.
one, if it's a one window, communication, a lot of things. And what you said is also true. An aggregator, I don't think is wrong as long as it is fair, right? Because it sometimes leads us to the platform. But a lot of people, this is what even I would say, because a lot of people are scared of the OTT market or reaching out because of this, because they don't know whom am I talking to? Am I talking to the OTT?
Correct.
Am
Correct.
I
Correct.
talking to the aggregator?
Correct.
Because and also one more thing, because a lot of it is non-exclusive, right? Because people go on multiple platforms. Like, does it ever like? Do you have the like? How does the data function? Like, if a film is only on Video Jar and if a film is on multiple other platforms, is there a difference in the number of people they draw to you?
No, basically that film get multiple audiences. So
No.
who people who have got a different subscription for the different platform, they get that audience.
Hmm.
And for me, like on my platform, they get my audience. So the filmmaker reach out to the maximum people.
That is
So
from
we
the
always
that is from the
filmmaker point of
filmmaker's
view.
point of view. I'm talking about your point of view.
My point of view is the filmmaker should distribute their film on multiple platforms
Oh, fine.
because ultimately he should reach out to maximum people and he should earn maximum.
Correct.
How
True.
you release your film into multiple theaters? Why
Hmm.
you reach out to multiple theaters? Because you want all those audiences.
Different.
So similarly here also, my request to all the filmmakers, they should reach out to maximum platforms. They should host their content on maximum platform. They should encash maximum money
True.
from those platforms.
True, true. Because a lot of filmmakers, if you go on their Instagram and they have put it up, for example, my film is on Video Jar and XYZ other platforms, and when all these XYZ other platforms are TVOD, you will get the customers back to viewers back to Video Jar only. So
Correct, correct. Because it's a free platform,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that is what, because that's what I was saying. Because and also this in and what I suggested before, like if you start out a film and you start out saying that it's going to be on Video Jar, that will almost kind of from a marketing point of view, I'm saying it almost sounds like an original content, right?
Correct,
Like a
correct,
Video
correct.
Jar original content. So is that something that you're willing for discussions with other people if they can term
Yes,
it as a
definitely.
Video
So
Jar
basically,
original and all?
yes, yes, yes. We are encouraging that kind of a thing.
Hmm.
And if somebody is giving us content exclusively for 6 months, definitely we give them a very different rate as well.
Hmm. Because that would probably that is something that I am really trying to get a lot of indie filmmakers to concentrate on. and plan in that case, because I really think for an indie filmmaker, initially recovering the budget or recovering the cost cannot be. It's not that it should not be, but it cannot be the first priority, because it would really be difficult. It should be to showcase your film to as many people as possible, and it should be a
Correct,
visionary
correct,
process, right? To
correct.
build the process. So I think it would be
Right,
great.
right.
Then, then I think we have covered most of the things, and it was genuinely very nice talking to you, and it has been
Same
very
here, same here.
been very informative, and I hope you got some it was nice for you also to have this conversation, and
So,
hopefully we'll collaborate more in the future and maybe do a
yes,
bunch of film festivals.
collaboration is the key for filmmakers. So we have to collaborate as much we can.
Sure, sure, definitely. Then thank you so much for this conversation, sir.
Thank you so much for your time and calling me on your podcast. And I would appeal all your viewers, do reach out to us, do reach out to you for hosting their content on Video Jar.
Sure,
Thank you
definitely.
so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.